Hello everybody, time for this week's midweek thought for the day when we've been looking at some poems for Advent, and today's poem comes from a different book. It's called Footsteps in the Dust by Shuman, and I thought it was really appropriate for today. We have a lot of stories when we're telling the Christmas story and when we're in Advent about angels appearing, and the first thing that angels tend to say to people is do not be afraid. They say do not be afraid, and the angel says that to Mary, the angels say that to the shepherds, and there's this theme of do not be afraid through the Christmas story when the angels appear. I mean, angels are probably really quite frightening in some situations, but they say do not be afraid, and I was really touched by the poem I'm going to read for you. It sits with this little bit of revelation that it has for it. So Revelation 1:17 to 18. When I saw him, I fell at his feet as though dead, but he placed his right hand on me, saying, do not be afraid. I am the first and the last and the living one. I was dead, and see, I am alive forever and ever, and I have the keys of death and Hades. So another occurrence where the phrase do not be afraid is used for us. This year there has been a lot of fear. There's been a lot of fear about things which we should be fearful of. And there's been fear about things that we don't need to be frightened of. And maybe the emotional stress. I use the phrase emotional attrition. It's been this kind of attrition for us, that we are maybe responding to things in ways which we don't need to, or we can see that maybe we are being fearful in situations which are actually safe. And on a cosmic level, God is saying to us, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. And I've just been doing a little video for Box School talking about how peace is linked to Christmas, and talking about how the story of Christmas is tied into God's great plan to bring peace again between humans and God. So I'm going to read this poem now. And it's about us not being afraid. So it's by Shuman. You whisper the promise as we take our first breath, our lungs expanding with Spirit's gift. You put your arms around us, murmuring as you gently bandage our souls from sin's bullying. You write the words on a piece of paper, putting it in our lunchbox on that first day of school. You shout about it at the top of your lungs when we are deafened by the decibel-breaking din of the world. You sigh the promise as we take our last breath, the Spirit cradling us to carry us home to you. Do not be afraid. I was really touched by this poem this week, and I hope that you have found that helpful as well. There'll be more things popping up on Facebook and YouTube, so do watch, keep an eye out, and we'll see what comes next. There'll probably be something on Sunday, probably recorded from Zoom. So I'll see you all soon. Bye.